Everybody, it's Chris and I'm back to do another painting with you today. Today we're going to do kind of a, I guess what it would be called as a blowout. So I'm using the Sheleeart technique as far as using the pigments, the cell activator, and the house paint as my base. I'm working on a 15 by 30 canvas today. I've already put down my base paint. Right now I'm using the Valspar 2000 paint and primer. It's the High Hide White, and this is the eggshell paint. Originally, I had started with Color Place and it worked really well, but I ran out of that and I had already purchased the Valspar, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and try that and see how it works for me, and it's been working out really nicely. So I've already covered the canvas with the white paint. I put just a little bit of extra paint here in the center, which is where I'm going to put my pigments. And I'm using a mineral blue, and then I've also mixed in a little bit of a darker indanthrene blue from Golden. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that down the center here. And I want to make sure that I have enough pigment for this technique, because when you start moving it around, it seems like it kind of tends to thin out a little bit. And then I also have some Golden, this is Golden Ultramarine Blue, and this is the High Flow Acrylic paint. And that has been mixed with my pouring medium. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down next. I've already done this painting once and I didn't love how it turned out. So I thought I'm gonna go ahead and try one more time because I really loved the colors. I just didn't love what everything did once it was down. And then I've also got some Golden Silver Fine, just to put a little bit of a bling to it, if you will. I really love it when there's a little bit of metallic in the painting. So I'm just gonna put down kind of a thin line of that too. And then the final color that I'm using is that beautiful yellow green that I like so much from Artist Loft. And I really love this color. I think it's just so vibrant and pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay that down as well. I think I have a tendency to lighten my hand a little bit in the center of the canvas, so I don't have quite as much pigment down as I should to get it to stretch like I want it to. And then finally, I'm going to put down the cell activator, and I'm going to lay that right on the top of the green. And I think I might just kind of go like this with it so that it will kind of spread over all the colors maybe, and hopefully create a little bit more webbing for us. There we go. All right, I'm gonna use my torch real quick just to pop some of those bubbles. All right, and then I'm gonna grab my hair dryer and we're gonna blow this out. Okay, we're gonna let this sit just a minute because I don't know if you noticed how the cells kind of pop back up to the surface. So I'm gonna wait down here for a minute and see if that is the case down here as well. But you can see like where I first started, there's the cell activators kind of floated back up to the surface a little bit. And I wanna see if it's gonna do the same thing down here. I may go ahead and use my straw just to kind of stretch this out a tiny bit more. But I do wanna see if that's going to kind of come back on its own. And you can see that some of it's coming back here. There's a tiny bit here, so we're gonna let this sit for just a minute. And then I think we'll try to stretch it a little bit. I'm just gonna clean up some of my paint that splattered up here. And then I just want to smooth that back out a little bit. So you'll notice when you're working with house paint, it is quite a bit thicker. So you kind of want to use a palette knife to kind of smooth the surface over if you can, just to kind of help create that smooth surface, because it may not smooth out on its own. And I feel like I kind of lost the cell activator here. So I'm just going to pour a really thin line right here and then see if I can blow it with a straw to get just a little bit more activity down here, because I really love what it's done on this end, but I feel like we kind of lost it over here. So let me see if I can blow that back out over the surface. Sometimes by using the straw, you can kind of coax some of the color out from below. Like right in this area, I kind of brought some of that blue back up to the surface. So that gave us a few more cells down here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and tilt it and see if we can get the paint to stretch out just a tiny bit more so that we have a little bit more color on the canvas. That will also help to stretch out those cells too. Now I'm just going to go around to the other side and tilt it the other way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tilt it back towards the top again, just to kind of distribute that paint a little bit so we don't have the weight of the paint on one end of the canvas. And you'll find that as you're stretching this out, it's really not going to move a lot. There was not a lot of paint on here when we started. A lot of the white paint was not, there wasn't a ton of it down below. So it's really not going to move a ton. I just wanted to try to stretch it out a bit, try to get the color a little bit whiter than what it already is. Much nicer result, I think. I love that the webbing is showing through and that green is just so pretty and vibrant. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the edges just a little bit. I will put some close-ups at the end of the video. If you have any questions, please let me know. As I said, this is the Sheleeart technique, and I have shown this several times. There is a coupon code in the description of the video if you'd like to take the class. It's a coupon worth 15% off of the class, which is a really great value. It is a fantastic class, guys. It really is. Once you purchase the class, you will also be able to join the Sheleeart Facebook group, which is a fantastic group of people. Everyone just helps each other to try to figure out if they're having problems with the techniques. There's tons of recipes on there. The first video that I did has all of my recipes measured out, and it gives you exact measurements of what I use. So I will put the link to that video down below as well, or excuse me, in the description as well. And then, like I said, the recipe that I use is one of the recipes that someone figured out on the Facebook group, because not all of the products are available that Shelley has used in Australia. You can get some of those products, but it's quite expensive. So thankfully, people have kind of played around with the recipes and found ways to make things that we have available in the United States to make those products work. So really, again, a super fantastic value. I really hope you'll consider purchasing the class. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.